$409 per month for Social Security beneficiaries, or a little bit over $4,900 for the entire year. This is some big and very important information we need to discuss, and I have all the information for you in this video, so let's get into it right now. But if you haven't done so, or if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and so I can keep you updated each and every day with all of this information that continues changing very rapidly right now, as I am your one and only daily advocate. Also, make sure to stay tuned, as my wife Corey will be back here in just a couple minutes with the new updated list of shoutouts for those names that are pulled right out of the fan club, and that list is changing in every single video. So stay tuned for that, and let's get right into this. Alright, so we have some big information here that everybody needs to be aware of. Let me first ask you this much. How much would it change your life if your monthly benefit increased by $409, or a little bit over $4,900 for the entire year? I think I can probably anticipate the answer. It would be very life-changing for a lot of you right here in this community who are barely slipping by right now with all of these increased prices and everything going up right now. It's very difficult to live on a fixed income benefit. However, if your benefit was $400 more or $409 more on average, that would be huge for so many people right now. Well, according to some new information, the average Social Security beneficiary is missing out on $409 on average every single month, or a little bit over $4,900. And this is something that we all need to understand. So here's what I'm going to do. Rather than sitting here trying to explain this in detail, I'm going to bring my wife in, Corey. She's going to read this article to you, and I think this is going to wrap it all up and explain how everybody on average is missing out on an extra $409 every single month. Honestly, this is a little bit discouraging to even see this information, simply because if all of us could be getting this money, it could be solving so many issues that so many people are having right now as far as having a hard time covering basic living necessities. So here's the deal. This article that Corey's going to be reading, it's actually kind of long. It takes about 7 minutes for her to read this. So if you have a few minutes here, I would highly advise, please read this and listen to what Corey is saying in this article. It lays it all out very clearly here, how all of these beneficiaries are missing out on thousands of dollars every single year. It's kind of a sad situation, to be honest with you. But anyway, like I said, kind of long article, 7 minutes. So if you have the time, I would highly advise listen to this. And I think it's going to explain everything that's going on here. Also, right after that, she's going to come in with that list of shout-outs. So with that being said, I'm going to jump off of here and let Corey come in here and read this to you. And I hope this explains it. And I can always come back with a future follow-up video to this and answer additional questions or lay this out in more detail if you'd like me to. So with that being said, Corey, take it away, read that article for us, and then she will also come back for those shout-outs at the end of the video. And make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, so we can all see what is really going on out there right now with this very big and important information. And also, feel free to go back and check out any of the other 2,000 videos right here on the channel. All right, Corey, take it away, and I hope this article helps you out to better understand what is actually going on. All right, Corey, it's all you.
The average Social Security beneficiary has been cheated out of an annual $4,900 of income. A Social Security dollar just doesn't go as far as it used to. By Sean Williams. The vast majority of current and future retirees will be reliant on Social Security income in some capacity. Unfortunately, the purchasing power of Social Security benefits has declined by 32% in 21 years. Issues with the program's inflammatory tether, the CPIW, won't go away anytime soon. Social Security is our nation's most important social program. According to a report from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities in February 2020, Social Security is responsible for pulling 21.7 million Americans out of poverty each year, including 14.8 million retired workers. What's more, a vast majority of current and future retirees currently lean on or expect to lean on Social Security income to make ends meet. In 2021, when national pollster Gallup questioned respondents about their reliance on Social Security payouts, 89% of current retirees described it as a major or minor income source, whereas an all-time high 85% of non-retirees expected to lean on the program in some capacity during retirement. All eyes are on Social Security's cost of living adjustment. Given the importance placed on Social Security's payouts, there's no announcement that's more anticipated each year than the cost of living adjustment, or COLA. It's easy to understand terms. COLA represents the annual payout increase passed along to the program's more than 65 million beneficiaries that's designed to keep them on par with inflation. Example, like the rising cost of goods and services. If the price for a basket of goods and services increases, Social Security benefits should increase in unison so retirees can afford those same goods. Since 1975, the Consumer Price Index for Urban Wage Earners and Clerical Workers, CPIW, has been the inflationary tether for the Social Security program. Specifically, only readings from the third quarter, which is July through September, are used to determine the upcoming year's COLA. If the average third quarter CPIW reading in the current year is higher than the average third quarter CPI reading from the previous year, beneficiaries will receive a raise in the upcoming year that's commensurate with a percentage increase, rounded to the nearest 0.1%. Note that I've put raise in quotation marks to represent that COLA is designed to keep beneficiaries on pace with inflation, not to help them get ahead. In other words, COLA isn't a raise in the true sense of the word. Despite a huge COLA in 2022, retired workers keep losing out. With inflation soaring in the back half of 2021, Social Security beneficiaries are basking their biggest payout hike in nearly 4 decades, a 5.9% COLA raise. For the average retired worker, this equates to about $92 more per month, or in excess of $1,100 in benefits this year. Unfortunately, while well above average, 2021 COLA and the many COLAs that preceded it since the turn of the century aren't coming close to keeping pace with the actual inflation seniors are contending with. In October, the Senior Citizens League, a nonpartisan senior advocacy group, compared the impact of Social Security's COLAs since 2000 to the real inflation retired workers have faced. The aggregate increase in COLA since the turn of the century and prior to the 5.9% COLA announcement amounted to 55%. That means the average Social Security benefit has grown from $816 per month to about $1,262 a month in 2021. However, the typical expenses seniors have faced over the same 21-year period have risen by considerably faster, 104.8%. In order for Social Security benefits to have kept pace with inflation, retired workers should have been receiving $1,600 and $1,671 a month in 2021, or about $409 per month, according to the Senior Citizens League. When extrapolated over a year, we're talking about a shortfall of approximately $4,900 for the average Social Security beneficiary. Here's why Social Security beneficiaries are getting shortchanged by COLA. How does the purchasing power of Social Security income decline by 32% in just 21 years for retired workers? The answer is simple. The CPIW does a poor job of accurately tracking the inflationary pressures seniors are contending with. The full name of the CPIW, Consumer Price Index for Urban Wage Earners and Clerical Workers, offers a huge clue as to why this inflationary tether is failing seniors. Urban wage earners and clerical workers typically aren't seniors, and they're rarely receiving a Social Security benefit. Therefore, the program is effectively tied to the spending habits of working-age Americans. Herein lies the issue. Working-age people spend their money very differently than retired workers. For retirees, housing costs and medical care will typically account for a larger percentage of total household expenditures than the working-age people. Comparatively, working-age Americans spend more on things like education, entertainment, apparel, and transportation than seniors do. The CPIW assigns a higher weighting to these lesser importance categories while underweighing expenses like housing and medical care. The end result is the roughly $4,900 loss of purchasing power for the average Social Security beneficiary over 21 years. Worst of all, even though lawmakers on Capitol Hill agree that the CPIW is doing a poor job of tracking inflation for the Social Security's 65 million plus beneficiaries, no changes are expected anytime soon, primarily because Democrats and Republicans can't agree on how to fix it. Both parties believe they have the solution that'll work best, and neither is willing to cede an inch or find common ground. Even with the highest COLA since 1983, beneficiaries should expect their Social Security income to continue losing purchasing power over time. The $17,166 Social Security bonus most retirees completely overlook. If you're like most Americans, you're a few years or more behind on your retirement savings. But a handful of little-known Social Security secrets could help ensure a boost in your retirement income. For example, one easy trick could pay you as much as $17,000 or more each year. Once you learn how to maximize your Social Security benefits, we think you could retire simply with the peace of mind we're all after. Our shout-outs today are Arturo Martinez, Kim Hall, Patsy Bowen, Pamela Calhoun, Elbeth 1963, Jody Bennett, Diana Benno, Shelane Miner, April Mullion, Linda Burns, and Annette Moten. Thank you for being members of the fan club.